A bullet's in the air just for a couple seconds. The earth rotates under like the Coriolis effect. You gotta do all these like calculations and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Now, this right here, in the air for 50 hours, but it just doesn't rotate under it? Well, I got some more for y'all, hold on. Why was it that allegedly, dude, after like NASA was created, they got rid of this right here in the Bible? Not like, it wasn't like they created NASA, then the next day, all right, get rid of that. I'm not saying that, no. They slowly phased this out of the Bible. I mean, what made them get rid of this? And it just so happened. So I asked AI, man, I was like, yo, AI, show me the true earth, bro. I want to see the truest form of earth that there is, okay? Now show me. This is what AI decided to show me. And who does that dude right there look like? Look at him, man. Who does he look like to you? Dang, bro.
All right, somebody explain this to me. Why, if we went to the moon already without all these refuelings and stuff, why is Elon Musk saying it could take eight launches to fuel up a single moon trip? I can only see this one of two ways. Either the technology we had back like in the 60s was way better, or I don't know. I'll leave the other alternative possibility up to you. But that's interesting to me. 8 launches. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments.
What's up, y'all? Crash here. So tell me something. In the 1960 Encyclopedia Britannica, it shows us where the dome, aka firmament, is 73 miles high. So 73 miles times 5,280 feet, which equals 1 mile. So explain to me why we have a dome in our history books, but yet the government's saying we don't have it. The NASA's saying that it's not there, but yet it's in all of the prior books before 1920. If you go back and look before 1920, if you can get a book before 1920, it shows this stuff. It shows facts. Also, before 1920, if you go and look, they taught flat earth in school. You even have a lady, I think she's 91 or 93 years old, that talks about them teaching flat earth whenever she was in school. So why is it that we have all this rock solid information about us having a dome in the Bible, in books before 1920, but yet after 1920 everything got erased and it started over? Just like the first month of the year is March 25th. That is literally the first month of the year. And then spring, you spring forward, brings new life, y'all. Also, Sabbath means Saturday. Come on, y'all. We got to wake up. We got to do the right thing. We got to show and be about the truth, y'all. I mean, if we don't do this, y'all, it's very degrading on every aspect and every piece of understanding. We need to do the right thing, y'all. We're getting like destroyed. People want to live in their own truth. For what reason? Why can't they just live in the actual truth instead of living in their own truth? Y'all, I love y'all, and I want to bring y'all truth, honesty, and clarity. But we can only do this if you're able to open up your mind and see the real truth, because the government's tearing our kids apart. They're getting slaughtered in school with all this garbage that they shouldn't even be being taught. Like, it's insane. So we have the dome at 73 miles high. It's in the Encyclopedia Britannica, and even I had another picture with the Encyclopedia Britannica talking about the dome in Antarctica. So it's in 2 separate Encyclopedia Britannicas, but yet nobody wants to believe the truth. So I'm asking y'all to let's help each other to show everybody the actual truth instead of people living in their own truth. We need to be about the real truth instead of our own selfish truth. And we would go way further in life. I love y'all, man. I love y'all so much. But we can only do this as if everybody stands together, stands as one, because it's insane, y'all. I love y'all so much, and I hope everybody has a great day. But man, it's right there in front of you, y'all. It's right there. It is right there. Encyclopedia, y'all. Why would they put it in there if it wasn't true? I love y'all. Crash out.
I just have to respond to this comment real quick. I think it's supposed to offend me, but really it makes me laugh. It says, amazing how uneducated so many are. It's embarrassing. Flat Earth, dinosaur deniers. What is wrong with our education system that people actually believe this nonsense? What is nonsense? Nonsense in our education system is just blindly believing our educators. Blindly believing that we're just a spinning water ball in endless space. That Earth is a tiny speck in this vast universe and we're just chasing the sun, which is a star. Instead of reading our Bibles and getting back to the root of things. Oh, what's wrong with our education system? Oh, maybe the Big Bang Theory. That's number one. I mean, I haven't believed in the Big Bang Theory since it was taught to me in 2nd grade. It's nonsense. The education system is nonsense. What else? Oh, we derive from monkeys. Monkeys, really? You believe that? We really came from monkeys. Why are there still monkeys here? I mean, dinosaurs. Really? A big asteroid came and destroyed the dinosaurs? Where's the asteroid? Where's that? Where did it hit? Where is it? Think about how dumb our education system is, and then I'm just so happy that I'm uneducated, really, because I don't want that education anymore. It's bunk. I'm not one that sits around watching Netflix all day and trash TV, and instead I educate myself by being uneducated. I uneducate myself by learning new things and by educating myself, not through other people. And I've gotten the biggest education on TikTok, of all places. So come on my page, try to offend me all you want. It doesn't offend me. It makes me laugh. I don't really care. I don't care what Isaac Newton taught. I don't care what Einstein taught. Like this guy's comment, he goes on and on about Einstein and Isaac Newton. Like, I don't care. I don't care what those people taught. I don't know them. I don't know them. They could be atheists for all I know. I'm not an atheist. I believe in God. I believe in His Word. I believe in the Bible. Come at me all you want. I don't really care what you think about me. I don't care. Get off my page. Just keep scrolling. It's not a big deal to me. It's not a big deal to me that people come on my page and I'm trying to really uneducate myself, honestly, because I've been educated the wrong way. Period.
Even NASA that gave us a picture of a globe, NASA has it on record that they don't have a picture of the earth from the sky. You know the machine that you find in every aircraft, the gyroscope. The gyroscope works on a flat earth, flat plain ground, a flat table. That's how that machine works. It doesn't work on a spherical object. It's in every plane. Ladies and gentlemen, I know people have different theories. All that you needed to do is to get into a helicopter. You take off, you wait in the air, let the earth spin, and bring America here and you land. Simple. That's it. It's so strange how from the sky, a plane or even a helicopter can land on an earth that is spinning at 1,500 kilometers an hour. And there are markings on the earth, on the helipad, they mark. And you have to land on those marks, those white marks, on an earth. What makes sense to you today? You get into your kitchen, you take a plate, you put water. Those are the seas. And it's known according to our old maps, the earth was flat. And around, go and look at our old maps. What do you see at the edge? Ice wall. There is a wall around the earth. which is of ice. And that's the highest point. It's not even Mount Everest. That's the highest point around the earth, which keeps the water inside. That's the only way you can get to the end, is the water in a plate. These countries are simply islands. But how come they don't fly past? Okay, you are good researchers. Okay, go and look for Antarctic Treaty. Antarctic Treaty. In 1959, there was an agreement where 53 most powerful countries signed an agreement that we will not allow humans to explore beyond the Antarctica. No planes should fly beyond the Antarctica. Why an agreement?
How did Japan attack Hawaii on a flat earth? Well, simple. There's your map. Take a look, because right now we're about to look at flight paths and why they make no sense on the globe. Auckland to Lima, Peru, stops in Los Angeles. Why? Makes sense on a flat earth. Buenos Aires to New Delhi, stops in Amsterdam. Makes no sense on a globe. Perfect sense on a flat earth. Here we have Sydney to Lima, Peru, which stops in Los Angeles. On a globe, it makes zero sense. But on a flat earth, it looks like it makes sense. Let's take a look at Wellington to Lima, which stops in Los Angeles. Again, makes zero sense on a globe, but perfect sense on a flat earth. Now let's look at Wellington to Mexico City, which stops in Los Angeles. On a flat earth, it makes a lot of sense. Look at that. You got Wellington to Los Angeles, and then you go to Mexico City. Perfect sense. Now on the globe model, we have what looks like the most ridiculous. What's happening? Why would this ever happen? That would not be a flight path. It makes no sense.
You don't have to adjust. You're flying at a constant altitude above the earth.
Do you adjust nose down around a globe every minute when you fly at 500 miles per hour?
No.
We do not need to nose down at all.
Does the aircraft ever need to dip its nose down to account for curvature?
No.
In straight and level flight, stick a bowling ball down the aisle. It will roll to the back of the plane. That's because the plane in level flight actually flies about 2 degrees nose up. Yeah, it's pitch attitude, but yeah.
Maintains rigidity in space, right? So if you were to tilt the plane up, down, roll, it would show up on the attitude indicator, right? Okay. So if you were to fly from the North Pole, or, to say Australia to the south under here, would your attitude indicator be upside down?
No, it wouldn't.
Welcome to Flat Earth. Do you adjust nose down around a globe every minute when you fly at 500 miles per hour?
No.
Okay, how often do you have to adjust for the curvature of the Earth?
You don't have to adjust. You're flying at a constant altitude above the earth.
If you maintain the altitude around a globe, is this line curved?
Yeah.
You said you don't need to dip the nose down to account for curvature. You maintain the same altitude around a globe. Is this line curved?
The line curves because we're taking into consideration the curvature of the Earth.
We take it down.
We do not need to nose down at all.
Does the aircraft ever need to dip its nose down to account for curvature?
No.
Now, this is the globe model. This is the correct dimensions of the globe. Now, I'm going to start the flight. It's going to take off. I'm going to set pressure level, so maintain the same altitude. Now, I'm going to make the reference frame the Earth, so that the Earth is the reference frame. And now we're going to see what happens. Now, the plane is not going to nose down. It's not going to change orientation. And I'm going to include gravity. And when I include gravity, you'll see that it activates pendulous vanes as well. But now what's going to happen is the plane's going to end up just facing away from the Earth. Because we're not changing the plane's orientation, right? We're not nosing down. We're not changing altitude. And yeah, the plane's just going to continue to pitch up and up and up. Now, the Earth is constantly curving down and away from the plane. We would need to adjust for that, right? We need to actually stop that from happening by lowering the plane back down, right? As you can see on the attitude indicator, I'm constantly it's gaining more and more pitch. More and more and more. And if I put autopilot on, it'll start automatically nosing down. And that would immediately show up on the pitch graph. But the pilots admitted that they don't need to ever do that. If we had to fly it from the North Pole to the equator, well, we've got major problems. Because the plane's just going to continue to face away from the Earth. I need to nose down. I need to. Because now I have to fly really, really slow. Right? Otherwise the plane's just going to take off. So you can see it wants to fight gravity. It wants to fly away from the Earth. So I have to stop that. Either by throttling down or nosing down. Yeah, I mean the pitch hasn't changed, but the altitude's all over the place. And I need to change the pitch. So I need to nose down. Otherwise, I'll fly off the Earth. So there you go. Now you can see on the pitch, I'm nosing down and we're flying. Now I'm going to throttle up. Now I'm going to try and maintain an altitude of 2 degrees nose up and about 35,000 feet, as you can see here. Up, need to nose down. Up, need to nose down. And up, need to nose down. And up, need to nose down. I mean, this is not what happens in reality, guys. Now I'm going to start it again on a flat Earth model. And I'm going to compare it to the pitch graph, the real pitch data that we have in reality. Now, I'm going to fly over the Earth. And look, it took a big spike to take off, leveled off, 2 degrees nose up, altitude, the same. So now, if I trim it and then speed it up, so now it's... How much sped up is it? It's 150 times sped up. And you can see that if we fly, say, 15 degrees there, and then 15 degrees here, it's just going to maintain that same altitude above the Earth with a pitch up. And then I'm going to come into land and then nose up. There we go. So we landed with a nose up, because the horizon in Earth is still parallel to the plane. So this proves without a doubt that the plane would have to follow the curvature of the Earth down and away as the Earth curves down and away from the plane. But in reality that doesn't happen. That's why all the pilots admit they don't need to adjust for curvature, don't need to nose down.
You don't have to adjust. You're flying at a constant altitude above the Earth.
Do you adjust nose down around the globe every minute when you fly at 500 miles per hour?
No.
We do not need to nose down at all.
Does the aircraft ever need to dip its nose down to account for curvature?
No.
You start off at the North Pole like this. Okay? See, here's the North Pole. Here's my airplane. It's a set height above the ground. When I come over here,
the flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Eddie Alenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.